I took a sell trade on this index right now, crash 300 index. We are in profit before we got this little move to the upside, and we just got a little crash back to the downside. We got a crash again at this point. So this sell setup was shared yesterday on my Telegram channel. I caught these sells on this index at this point. I predicted the sells from the zone. I was like, if price can move to the upside on a 4-hour time frame chart, if price can move to the upside to come test this broken level of support on resistance, we're likely to get the sells to the downside, which we got basically. But we didn't really get a big sell at this point. We got these little sells at this zone, right? So I got the sells on this index from this zone, and we got the sells to the downside. I was away. I wasn't available to take the sells at this point. So currently we got another approach on this same level, and we got a rejection on the 15-minute time frame at this zone. We got these little rejections at this zone, which indicates a bearish build up before we got this massive crash to the downside. So I needed this crash to the downside for me to get my sells, for me to get my entry, which I just did right now. So you're moving in good profit basically. You're moving in little profits, and more sells expected on this index. So I was able to predict the sells on this crash 300 index. My first TP level is at this zone. I have my TP target at this point, and my second TP is at this level. So firstly, I went to the daily time frame basically and identified this market formation, identified this overall market structure. You can tell price is pushing to the upside, creating higher highs and higher lows, right? So I identified this market structure and spotted the key levels and zones we have on this index. So after identifying the market trend, we can tell that we are once in a we can tell that we are once in an uptrend that got broken basically. We have our trend support at this point. We have our trend support at this zone. Always take note of these levels and zones, right? Because they would help with your market analysis. They would help with predicting the market's direction and move. So we have this trend support at this point, a test of that trend support, and we got the second test at this zone, and we got the third test at this point basically. If you can look closely, we'll see that we got a test of this trend support at this point, right? We got a test of the trend support before it got broken. So on the break of this level, I created the sells on this index. I went to a lower time frame and spotted the levels and zones we got on that level, this broken level. This level was a level of support basically. So I waited for a clear break, then I test on it to take the sells, which I didn't really get into the sells on the first test of that level. So I'm currently on the sells on a second test of that level, which I'm expecting more sells in the coming days and hours on this index. Long-term sales expected to the downside. So we have our levels and zones identified on this index, and we can tell that the weekly time frame is looking bearish as well. You can see that we got this long-term sell-off on this index. This index has been bearish for days now, selling to the downside, creating lower highs and lower lows, right? Massive sells on this index. We have this level as an important level, another level at this point, but we don't really have much business with these past levels, right? Our focus is on these current levels which we got at this zone. We have a level at this point basically, which I have identified. And we can see that our market is creating this lower highs formation on the weekly time frame, which is a bearish structure. So technically the weekly time frame is looking bearish, and the daily time frame was once bullish, right? Because we got this uptrend structure which got broken at this point. So the sales expected on this index at least to this level, to this key level of resistance, right? Turn support, because this level was a level of resistance. We got multiple market reaction on this level as a resistance at this zone, resistance here, right? And the resistance at this point, resistance at this zone here, resistance here, and support at this point basically, support at this zone. So we got multiple market reaction on this level as a resistance and as a support, right? So the sales expected on this index, the sales expected in the coming days and hours, resistance at this point. So coming to the 4-hour time frame, I saw that we got a clear formation, a clear level of support at this point. You can tell that we got multiple tests of this level as a support. Let's identify it. The first test at this zone, the second test at this point, right? The third test at this level, the fourth test at this point before it got broken. We got multiple tests on this level before it got broken, and whenever a level of support is tested multiple times, it's likely to get stronger. But in this case, you can tell that this level got weaker over time because you got the first test, second test, fourth test, the fifth test at this point, adding to this trend support that couldn't hold again because they're likely to get a change of market trend. Price started creating lower highs and lower lows heading to the downside. This is a downtrend market structure at this point. So identify this market formation and waited for a clear break and test of this support level, got broken, turned resistance. So the sell is expected, and I left it a few minutes for this 1 hour candlestick to close. So if this candlestick can close in this bearish formation, this bearish engulfing candle formation, we are likely to get more sales on this index in the coming days and hours. I have my first TP at this point, my second TP would be at this level. So long-term sales expected on Crash 300 index. And for more confirmations on this sell level, I brought up my Fibonacci 2, right, from the swing highs to the swing lows, and you can tell that this level is exactly on the 50.0 level and the 61.8 level, in between the 61.8 level and the 50.0 level, which is a good retracement point. When we zoom in the chart, you can see it clearly that the 50.0 level and the 61.8 level is matching up with this identified key level of resistance. Is our sell key level. So that's it, guys. That's how I was able to predict the sells on this index, working with market price action, identifying the market key levels and zones. More sales expected basically on this index, and I'll give you guys an update on how the trade played out. So smash the like button for more trade reviews like this and market analysis. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. To my returning viewers, I appreciate the support for engaging in my videos. It really means a lot, guys. Let's do more and do have enough for the peace.